set up on your phone. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And today we're talking about The Outpost.
Woo! Season 2, Episode 2. Wait, I had it.
Titled something.
This strange town or something like that. That line that he said. This is one strange town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's a giant F-tard.
He is.
I really don't like that Baron guy.
Me either.
I loved that. Anyways, what did you think about the episode?
I mean, it was pretty good. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I was just like, when he was all like thinking Talon wasn't actually gonna do anything, and then she punches him and he's down on the ground, and I'm like, are you done yet? Like, are you freaking done? Because she just beat your ass.
Right? She was all like, come on, suck it up, get up. He's like, I think I'm gonna lay here and catch my breath for a little while. You finally, grew some brains. Good job.
Yeah.
It's not like he changed. He's still gonna hit him. But he freaking grabbed her ass. That is not cool.
No.
I love that Janzo is just like, whack!
Yeah. He freaking, if I was like Talon and I could kick his butt, I would have done the same thing.
Right? Hell no. Not okay.
Yeah,
no. But, yeah, I thought that, the whole, he's way over the top with his, you're gonna bear my children, queen.
I was like, excuse me?
Right? No.
And he's like, oh yeah, you can have other lovers, and I'm going to as well. And
then he looks directly at the handmaid, and I'm like, oh hell no.
I'm like, what?
Right? No, not okay. Not okay in the slightest. Yeah.
I know it was the time. I know things were different. Women didn't have as many rights. But at the same time, you don't need to be a cocky jackass and treat them like that.
Right? Whatever. But
I'm looking at it from the perspective of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But still, he was a jerk. And he deserved to be punched.
He deserved more than that. I was hoping that he'd take her up on her offer for a fight.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'll give it to him. He wasn't ready for that one.
No.
First off, he was probably tipsy, if not drunk.
Probably, yeah.
If not drunk. And, obviously he wasn't at his best. I'll give him that. Okay, I'm not going to take anything away from the fight. Talon won, hands down.
She would have won regardless.
Freaking amazing, okay? Yes, she would have won regardless. But I would love to see a fight between them where he actually was able to go full out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that if they did that, then she would see how good she is.
Yeah.
And I think she really needs that boost in self-confidence right now.
I agree.
Because she wants to give the thing away to the other one. To the other Black Blood? Hell no. She is the prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
The Smith was right.
Don't let her influence you. I know that you guys are both Black Bloods. Mm-hmm. And that she wants you guys to work together. But her cause is different than yours.
Yeah.
She wants to hurt people that you don't want to hurt. You might both be Black Bloods, but your ideals are different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And, Talon is the one who needs to see the prophecy through.
Mm-hmm. That they can make, a deal. Talon has no issue summoning the rest of them, as long as they don't kill all the humans.
Right.
Leave the ones in the outpost alone.
Yeah.
She don't care about the rest of them. Go freaking kill them all.
Exactly.
Well, all the evil ones. The ones wanting to fight.
Yeah.
Her and the outpost.
Uh-huh.
Leave the little villagers who don't stand a chance alone. But even though the ones she was raised with, died.
Mm-hmm.
But
like, it's always the villages, like the outlying villages, the small little towns that get hurt the most from wars.
Right.
And I think that if, like, they just take that Black Blood demon army and march it straight down that fucker's throat, it'll end everything. And then you can have half the existing world lived in by the Black Bloods and then leave the Outpost some room to grow. Like,
Yeah.
give humans part of the healthy land and give the Black Bloods and demons part of the healthy land, and then you're all good.
Mhm.
Wait until, like, just find the source of the Calypsum, destroy it. And I mean, hell, if the demons want to fight so much, they probably can't turn into plaguelings. Send them out there to fight the freaking grayscales.
Yeah.
Or grayscale, whatever the hell they're called. Gray something.
Grayskins?
Is it grayskins or grayscales? I can't.
I think it's like gray scales or something.
Because grayskins remind me of Martians. The gray
I'm not
people.
sure. There's so many hard words to pronounce.
Yeah, like the name of the creature inside Talon. Like, I couldn't even, like, what is it?
Yeah.
And then the other Black Blood's name, like, what?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was like, I know that Gwen wants her to, like, have someone to love, you know.
I love that she, like, ordered her handmaiden to go help Janzo.
She's like, I command you. And I was like, okay.
Right.
Like, whoa there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, she did make him up to look better.
Yes.
He looked really
Holy
handsome.
hell, he looked hot.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that Talon is still going to, like, fall in love with him.
Oh, no, but he stands more of a chance.
He does.
If he looks presentable.
He does.
Like, I mean, you might have, like, feelings or whatever for, like, a friend or whatever, right? Yeah. But you're not going to look at him that way unless they start looking presentable.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to want to go out with them if that's how they look.
Right.
Because, I mean, like, there's a certain point where, like, you have to accept the exterior for what it is. But if they're just not doing general upkeep for the sake of not doing general upkeep,
yeah,
then something's wrong there, and they gotta fix that before you'd ever feel okay with that. And I think Janzo is not just because he doesn't feel like doing it. He has so much on his plate that his focus isn't on his presentation. Yeah. His focus is on his mind and what he's capable of doing and what needs to be done.
And I mean, he's always been somebody who's been more, like, it's been more about the personality and, like, the things that he knows over his looks.
Right.
You know? And I mean, you can make him up to look nice, and she did.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes people are more attracted to the personality than they are to the looks. It just depends on the person.
Right.
But, you know, like, she obviously needs somebody to talk to and lean on. And, you know, she might not necessarily love him romantically, but she does love him as a friend.
Yeah.
And if something does end up blossoming from that, then okay.
Right.
But, you know, because of him being made up to be more presentable. But, you know.
But, I mean, also, like, just because he's more presentable, he doesn't have to stand up straight like the handmaiden keeps telling him. Like, his slouchingness is part of him, is his personality. Like, the way he flicked up this collar, that wasn't because of the outfit he was wearing, that was him.
Right.
He can, like, the outfit he was wearing and the way he presented
it just gave him more confidence.
Right. It gave him more confidence, which is very attractive. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Confidence. Not overconfidence or stupidity.
What's wrong with being confident? sorry.
like, you know, like, just some self-confidence is really, and
intelligence, confidence is sexy.
And, like, it's, I think that in his old clothes, like, it just added to the whole, like, decrepit smart guy.
Right.
But, like, if he just wears this outfit, and he still acts and does the same stuff.
Yeah, and he's still himself.
Right. I mean, maybe keep the hair brushed. That might, like, this.
Although I didn't think his hair looked bad.
No, it didn't. It's just, like, he looked a lot better with the brushed.
I kind of like this scruffy look.
Right.
So I'm okay with that.
Oh, no, I loved it. But the second his hair was brushed and he was clean shaven.
Oh, yeah, no, he was hot. I agree.
I was like, no.
I was like, well, hello there.
Y'all hid that well.
Yeah.
Because, like, when she went down there and started saying, like, how she was going to fix him up, I was like, this is going to be a hard chore.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
oh.
And then I liked how Talon just walked by him and she kind of just had a smirk on her face.
Yeah, she was just like,
really?
like, she like, scoped him out for a hot second and walked off.
But I liked how when she was, you know, holding the ice to his head, that she's like, you know, she kind of said, you don't need to do that.
Right,
be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't say be yourself, but, like, that's what she was that's what she was implying. And, you know, like, I think she liked him the way that he was. I mean, yeah, he could have used a little bit work in, like, personal hygiene, looking a little bit better. But, I mean, she liked that quirkiness and that awkwardness about him.
Yeah.
Like, that's what made him who he was. That's what made him Janzo. So, you know, I think that she just didn't want it to change him too much.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
You see, I think the handmaiden really enjoys it. We've got to remember her name.
Naya?
Maybe?
I think it was Naya.
Well, until we know for sure. Anyways.
I think that's what Talon called her.
It's obvious that it may not have been obvious in this episode, but she likes Janzo.
She does.
And I think she really enjoyed it, and when she saw what he could be, like, I mean, I think she loves, like, the idea of who he is now, but then, like, when she saw what he could be, you know, it was like, oh my gosh. Like, she was, like, literally, like, that's what he's hiding. Like, he's hiding that he's a drop-dead gorgeous hunk. Like, oh my gosh. And, like, I think she's just got the freaking hots for him, and it just needs to happen.
I just think she's really pretty. The handmaiden.
Yeah, she's okay.
Like, I don't know.
I'm into Talon. I'm sorry.
No, Talon is pretty too. I've just always thought that, like, ethnic people are really pretty.
Oh yeah, a lot of them are.
They're just very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know. I think she just has a nice beauty about her.
Yeah.
But yeah, Talon, Jessica Green, who plays Talon, is really pretty too.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. What I want is, like, a massive picture of Talon. Like, a huge freaking poster, pin it on my wall. Just, like, stare at it, like...
It's Naya.
Okay. Yeah. Just, like, stare at it.
She's in Doctor Who?
She is?
She was Umbreen.
Oh, she's the new... Oh my gosh. She's the new companion.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. She looks so much better on that show. Holy hell. She's kind of cute on that one. This one, I'm just like, she's not that. I guess the clothes of that period really don't fit her. For me. In my personal taste. They don't go well with her. But maybe it's just because I know that she's the traitor that I can't look at her objectively and go, she's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Because in my eyes, she's just a traitor, period.
Oh, on the Outpost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't look at her objectively and go, oh, she's kind of cute. Like, no, she's a traitor. She has betrayed my trust.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even say that she's cute.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I think of her on Dr. Who, like, damn. Girl's a cop. She can get butt. She cares about people.
It's just a character.
Okay, obviously I have a type. But
Damn.
what? Alex, Sarah, Umbria, and
Rosa.
Helen. Like,
You'll like Rosa, I know that.
mm-hmm.
Because she's a badass cop, too.
Right. Like, I would like Rosa. I just don't think... I don't find her attractive.
Yeah, but I mean, you would like her character.
Right. I just wouldn't find her attractive. Like, I find all the others attractive. They're all attractive. And cool characters.
Yeah.
She's cool. But yeah, like... I think she needs to come... I don't even know how she would come clean. But the longer she hides it from the queen, from Gwen, it's just...
It's like Morgana and Gwen. Like, Morgana was Gwen's handmaiden.
Gwen was...
Guinevere.
Yeah. Gwen was
Oh,
Morgana's
yeah, she was that. Yeah, opposite.
handmaiden.
My bad. She was her handmaiden. But still, Morgana was a traitor, too.
Yes, Morgana was a traitor. But Morgana wasn't a traitor until they started making her feel like an outcast.
True.
True. And when she found out, like, the truth about her father or something.
Yeah.
But I think, like, it's just really hard because I want to like her.
Yeah.
Because Gwen trusts her so much. And, like...
Well, I mean, she doesn't have any reason. She shouldn't have any reason not to trust her handmaiden.
Right. And, like, I see how she looks at Janzo sometimes, right? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you two just need to...
I think they'd be really cute.
Right.
If she wasn't a traitor.
Exactly.
Like, you know what? If they're having it go in the direction of him and Talon, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But please don't have anything happen before we find out Garrett's fate, okay? Just please. Because if you do, then it's gonna really hurt my heart.
It's gonna hurt Janzo too, because it's like Janzo is just... Because the second... If it's not just because Garrett's gone... Like... Okay. If she goes for Janzo because Garrett's gone, and then Garrett, like, suddenly returns and he's okay...
Yeah.
She's not gonna stay with Janzo, and that's gonna break him.
Right.
Like, he is not gonna be okay ever again.
But
he's that soft.
Is Garrett gonna go back to Gwen, though?
Which one's gonna have the time to take care of him?
Talon. But, I mean, he was pretty devoted to Gwen.
He's definitely devoted to Gwen.
So.
Yeah. Because he can't... Because Gwen needs him,
Mm-hmm.
and he can't walk away from that.
Yeah.
So, even if his heart says to go with Talon, he's going to go with Gwen. He has to
be loyal to Gwen.
Right. If Gwen asks him to do what the stupid, pompous Baron wanted, then he's going to say yes, because it's what Gwen needs of him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he loves Gwen, but I don't think he loves her in that way.
No.
He likes Talon.
He does. And that was established last season.
Right. But he can't, like as established last season, he can't say, like, he has to choose Gwen.
Right.
Because Gwen needs him to choose her.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, if they're having it go in that direction, I can deal with that. Mm-hmm. But, like, just don't do it before Garrett is, you know, if we know if he's alive or not.
Right.
Because that would, like, really suck.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, no matter what, somebody's going to get hurt. But it'll soften the blow a little bit if it's not just because Garrett's gone.
Right. Like, if Garrett's back and she still chooses Janzo,
Then that's
it's
different.
like... Right. It's not that...
Then I'll be more accepting of it, and I'll be like, okay,
Mhm.
I can get on board with this.
He's not a consolation prize.
Right. Like, I can get on board with this. I can be okay with that happening. But if it's before that, it's like, no.
Right. He's just consolation.
Yeah. And that's not fair to him.
No. I mean, technically speaking, it wouldn't be fair to Talon either.
It wouldn't be fair to either of them, honestly.
Yeah. Because she'd be lying to herself in order to just go through.
I mean,
with
it's okay to lean on him as a friend. And
Right.
she even told Gwen, she's like, I do love him, but not in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she loves him as a friend.
Yeah.
But, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just depends.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean...
But, I mean, his dad, like, when he got in there, I was like super into it. I'm like, okay, is he gonna find him?
Is he gonna find Garrett? Is he?
And then I was, like, super nervous. And then
wasn't.
he was, like, flipping over the people, and they were dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sees his sword, and I'm just like, oh, snap.
I saw the fire, and I was like, who the hell made the fire? Like, Garrett, obviously.
Yeah, but it still makes me nervous, because I don't want him to be dead.
Well, there's no body around there, so...
I know.
They're gonna find him within an episode or two.
That's their way of, like, being like, nope, we can bring them back as many times as we want to.
Mm-hmm.
No
We can
body.
stab him through the gut, and he'll be fine.
Yup.
Yeah. No, he won't.
Like with Stranger Things Season 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's Powerline from a Goofy movie.
Yeah.
It was a Hot Topic exclusive. I wasn't going to miss out on that, and I like a Goofy movie, so sue me.
Danny Zuko fell.
It's my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of whether people like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
I
I did too. I just wish that they would show us promos at the end
right?
for next week.
And
Because we don't have any idea what's going to happen.
yeah.
So it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. But I also, one thing I ask from them is that they put more meat into the episodes.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing really to digest from these episodes.
There isn't.
And it's just, you're talking about a character choice. It's all character development, and there's no story progression.
Yeah.
And there's no, like, defining moments. And there should be, okay, in this episode, there was a sort of defining moment for Janzo. But I think there should be something like that in every episode.
I agree.
There should be some sort of defining moment, no matter how small.
Because, I mean...
For a character.
Exactly.
Or even each character. They need to come to some sort of small realization or something.
I agree. Or, like, at least show, like, some type of progression.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from last season or something like that. It doesn't have to be big. It can just be, like, a small little detail or something. But, like... The best shows and the ones that are the most enjoyable are the ones that have both story progression and character development.
Mm-hmm.
Not just one or the other. Because, I mean, you kind of have to have both in order for it to work.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just have tons of, like, plot and story, but no character development. Because if the characters stay the same, what's the point?
Right. Like,
it's not realistic.
Right. Like, let's take Winona Earp, okay? Both of these shows, if you take away the outer casings, they're the same.
Mm-hmm.
But
Winona's a better acted show.
I'm not going into acting.
Okay.
it's a better written show.
Yeah, it's better written.
And I think that's why it's better acted, with better
Yeah.
lines and everything.
Right.
You can portray more.
Right.
But if you have the minimal requirements, you don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the actors are just working with what they're given.
right. And the characters progress so little last season that they don't know, like, I still don't know what kind of person Talon is.
Yeah.
Like, okay, she stands up for her friends. That's all I know.
Right.
She's the main freaking character.
Yeah.
Like, I should know, like, I should know exactly how good of a fighter she is. I should know that.
Right.
For
For instance, let's take a show that's of similar type, like Merlin. We know a bunch of things about Arthur because that's established pretty early on.
Right, but Arthur's not the main character.
No, but he's one of the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
Merlin is the main character.
Yeah.
But we still know more
Arthur's
about...
the Gwen, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we still know more about all of them within the first few seasons than we do right now for the Outpost.
Well, yeah, but you said few seasons. I'm talking about season 1
Yeah.
in general. We don't know Talon's real personality. Is she really just this shy, quiet shut-in that kicks ass all the time?
Yeah, she needs to have more substance than
Like,
that.
who is she? What's her personality?
Right.
And
We
Gwen,
know she's badass. We know that she can fight. We know that she can kick guys' asses. You know?
Mhm.
But we need to know her.
right,
We need to know what makes her Talon.
right.
Why she's the way she is.
Like, we know her past. Like, we don't have to keep going back to that. Just give us situations that show us who she is as a person.
Yeah.
And, like, put her in tough situations where she has to make life or death, decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in the moment, tonight's episode, when they were talking about replacing Garrett, Talon should have been the one put in his position.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for that. I was like, she is ready. She needs this. Put Talon in that position.
Yeah.
When Talon stood up, I thought she was going to say, I'll do it. And I was like, oh, and then she's like, you're the woman for the job. I'm like, the girl, come on.
Yeah.
It's you. Take that position.
Yeah. It's like, stop holding yourself back and, like, you can handle it. You can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've shown that you're a fighter and that you can handle situations like that.
Yeah. Like, the hardest situation she's had to handle is the one she's doing right now. Okay, I'm not talking about last season when she had to discover that she needed self-damn confidence to open a freaking portal to send the demon back.
Mm.
Okay?
Most people know that they need that.
Right? But, like, what I'm saying
It's not just
is
gonna open
that,
on its own.
like, for this decision she's making, she has to relearn self-confidence.
Yeah.
And believe in herself again. And we just went over
And
that
it's like,
last
she
season.
already did that.
Right. It's just the same thing with a different coat. And
Like, what is it with CW writers and just, like, you know, rehashing the same thing over and over again?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like they do that on Supergirl, too.
Well, yeah.
With Kara, specifically.
Won't she have a boyfriend this season?
Yeah, and just, like, her, you know, her confidence and her other things about...
Who am I as Supergirl or as
basically,
Kara?
yeah, that.
Am I one or the other? Am I both?
Right.
Who am I when I'm her?
Exactly.
Why can't they be the same?
And I feel like she finally kind of discovered that last season.
And now she has a boyfriend.
And now she's going to have a freaking love interest in season 5.
Oh my gosh, Wynn comes back in season 5. Do not tell me it's Wynn! I
It's
would
the
not
back
accept
half
it.
of season 5.
No, I would not accept her and Wynn, period. Not happening.
They're best friends, but I don't...
He liked her.
I know, but he was with that alien girl.
Mm-hmm. And then he left her to go to the future. He went back to future!
And then he came back.
Yeah.
To the present.
The past.
The past.
Our present. His used to be present, but now past.
Yeah, exactly.
Time travel. It's
Yeah.
a cornucopia of disturbing concepts.
Uh-huh.
As I love to quote from Kim Possible every time I get the chance.
Gosh. Anyway, yeah,
But-
so I don't know what it is, but I mean, of course, those shows have more substance to them than the Outpost does, but like,
well, Supergirl had that issue for a while.
it did have that issue for a while, and that was really starting to bother me because I was like,
And season 1 was just like,
yeah,
just like the
one
Outpost.
was a complete mess, but
Mhm.
it was also because it was on a different network.
Yeah.
And it was on a network that it wasn't supposed to be on.
No.
So, you know, once it came to the CW, it got better.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like they do that a lot with the characters. And, you know, by this point in time, we should already know certain things about the character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it's only season 2 and it's only the second episode of season 2, but we should still know at least a few things about Talon that make her who she is instead of being in the same place that we were in last season.
Yeah. And,
So, yeah.
I mean, and the same thing for Gwen. Like, I understand she's going through a trying time. Her boyfriend's dead. And
Or is
she's
he?
drunk off her ass. But, okay. I get the whole, like, drinking yourself into oblivion because you think your boyfriend's dead. Okay? I get it. But what I don't get is at the end of last episode, she was ready to write those notes and do what she can because she was crying earlier that episode. I was like, that was the time she should have gotten drunk off her ass. Not after she decided to take a stand and write the damn notes. No
Right.
matter what they returned in the process, she showed that she could handle their rejection. And then this episode is like, oh, we got all these effing rejections. I'm going to drink myself into freaking oblivion and make these guys think that if I don't win at a deck of octo fucking cards, that I'm going to chop off their damn heads. That's not okay. That's not who she is. I mean, I hope it's not, because we don't know.
The only thing that she did that was like a confidence thing that she did and standing up for herself was saying that she didn't want to marry that guy.
Right?
That was literally the only thing that she did in terms of standing up for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, like, just basically was going backwards.
I mean, really, there is no going back.
Like,
It's
we
stagnant.
really, honestly do not know anything about Gwen aside from the fact that she's queen and that she doesn't know how to handle the strategy of this army that's going to be coming.
Mm-hmm.
And
she doesn't know how to handle being queen.
yeah, and she literally doesn't know how to deal with the responsibilities of being queen. Like, these characters are so bland and general. Like, we should know more about them
Mhm.
right now.
The only one that has any character at all is Janzo.
Exactly.
And, I mean,
Garrett had character.
Garrett was a walking caricature, not a character.
True. But he was very attractive.
He was, and we let it slide for that very reason. We enjoyed looking at him.
Yes. I think that was the point.
Oh, damn. Right? Holy hell.
Yes.
I'll nurse him back to health any day.
Yes.
Send that boy over here. Come on now. We'll take good care of him. Yes. 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 But yeah. Like, why is the only person that we know anything about Janzo? Like, we know his living situation, that he doesn't really like it, but he can't find a way to leave.
Mhm.
And his personality, he loves to take care of his friends, and he loves the science of everything, and you see him in his element constantly. You never see Talon in her element.
Yeah.
And Gwen is always just like, I'm a stuck-up bitch.
Right.
So it's
and I mean, her and Talon are trying to establish a friendship, but I feel like it's just the same all the time.
yeah,
It's not
it's
really
the same dang conversation. So you and I both liked Garrett.
Yeah, I think that you deserve to have love in your life. Let's hook you up with Janzo.
Get you away from Garrett. Oh wait, Garrett's dead.
Well, I mean, I was
yeah.
jealous of you, even though you were jealous of me.
I mean, you weren't. You say you weren't jealous of me, but I was very jealous of you. Well, I mean, it was kind of big of her to actually admit that.
No, it was. I agree.
It took guts.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it shows how far she's willing to go to become friends with Talon.
Right.
I mean, she already thinks they're friends. I mean, they kind of are. They kind of established that last season.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, this season. But every time they talk, it's always about Garrett.
Yeah, basically.
Or her ordering her to do something about the Dragmare.
Right.
Just like she can't do anything right now. She's been kidnapped. But
it's like they almost don't know how to handle, like,
right,
more than one character development.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they only can develop one character at a time. Like, okay, we're going to use the first season to develop Janzo. We're going to use season 2 to develop this character.
Janzo!
We're going to use the next season to develop another character.
Janzo!
It's like, they don't know how to work with an ensemble.
Mm-mm.
And that's not good because most shows are ensemble casts. And you need to find a way to make it so that everybody gets a story and everybody has their development. And you get to see all the aspects of their personality throughout the show's progression.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say.
Right. I think we've pretty much done it all.
I like the show, and I'm glad it got a second season. But they do need to start really delving into the character development more.
Yeah. We gave them a pass last season, because I was
legit
having, right, all of these issues that I just brought up, I was feeling the entire season.
Yeah.
And I chose to not talk about it, because it was his first season, and they were getting feel for everything.
Because, I mean, usually the first season isn't the greatest, like, because they're still kind of getting their footing, and, like, things are being established. And everything.
And I get this is only episode 2 of the second season, but still.
But I mean, usually even going into the first season sometimes, they'll already have a backstory set up for the characters.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they kind of did.
Yeah.
For Talon.
But I mean, like,
then,
you know, just be like, okay, they've been doing this for X amount of years. They've been, you know, this is how they are. This is why they are the way they are.
Right. I mean, Talon was traveling.
So.
She was traveling, trying to find a safe harbor. Okay.
But I mean, it just...
Where was she traveling?
It just feels very bland. Like, I feel like because of the time that it's set in, there's so much more that they could do with it, and they choose not to.
I would love to see, because Talon's been traveling, right? Before she came to the Outpost. She was traveling, and then she found sanctuary at the Outpost, correct? Yeah. So... she obviously ran into some people, whether they be friend or foe, throughout her travels. I want to see them come to the Outpost for some random-ass reason.
Yeah.
Meet her there, and then I want to see what happened between them in the time we never knew her.
Right.
Like... that was before she was comfortable.
Yeah, give us those extra details and that extra backstory so that we can learn a little bit more about her and her story. Because I feel like I said, I feel like it's just very general and like there's not putting that much into it.
Because she was kind of she was a little jaded when she got to the Outpost in season 1. I want to see what led up to that, because we saw this season, episode 1, we saw that her adoptive family were murdered by the male black blood that she saw when she was a child. So therefore, it's what's she been doing since then?
Yeah.
How did she raise herself after that? Did she find another family to take her in? Like,
we don't know any of that.
Did she survive on her own? Did she catch her own food? Does she have those type of survival skills? what made her so jaded against all of humanity when she first walked into the Outpost.
Right.
She was like, I'm not going to be friends with anyone. I don't care about shit. And
Yeah.
now she's like, I have all the friends in the world.
Right.
And it's like, well, okay.
Yeah.
But they're superficial friends because you know nothing about them. They know nothing about you, except for Janzo, who's friends with everyone because they all know him.
Right.
but he doesn't know them.
It's like, I know that, like, there's, like, it's not an actual, like, is it really an established time period or no? It's just kind of, like...
It's a general thing.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just feel like because of, like, the vibe and, like, the time that it's kind of supposed to be in, if you get a general idea of when it's supposed to be, there should be more.
Yeah.
Like, there should be more development, more story. There's so many things they could do. It's very broad. Like...
How big is the land that's inhabited by the humans and not touched by the grayskins?
Yeah.
Grayscales, whatever.
Whatever they're freaking called.
Yeah. The gray people.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like they're holding back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much more that they could do.
Right.
And they don't.
Yeah. Like, if you look at it from a certain point of view, Sorry, Star Wars. Then I know this is a huge show, and right now it's getting a lot of flack. But if you look at it, it's very similar to Game of Thrones. In the aspect that there is a wall keeping out the evil things from getting to the people, okay? In which, in Game of Thrones, there's a massive-ass wall keeping out the evil things from getting to the human people. Which is exactly what, like, places like the Outpost are for.
Yeah.
Why is this certain outpost called the Outpost? Who the hell knows? They couldn't come up with a proper name for it? Or did they give us a name and we just never cared to remember? I don't know.
I don't think they actually gave us a name.
Because I'm kind of half sure that every outpost in the kingdom can't just be named Outpost.
Right. Because
you can go like, I'm going to the Outpost.
I don't remember them giving us a name.
I mean, maybe they did season 1.
They might have.
If you guys remember, let us know. But, I mean, just... I mean, you can't compare them because they're definitely different networks and they have different budgets and better writers and everything like that.
Right.
But if you tear away the skin of everything, it's the same type of time period.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same type of thing going on. They're protecting themselves from outside forces that are trying to kill humans.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So and there's one person that can save them all. I am sorry, but that's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
There's one person that can save them all. Azor Ahai, reborn.
It's just a weaker Game of Thrones.
Yes. So show us the world. Because there has to be a bigger world. It's not just the 5 days from the Outpost to whatever castle palace crap the dad rode to find Garrett.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I also have to say that, like, last week's episode, when it started, they were randomly just in that place where Garrett was. Like,
well, I mean, they set out last season, at the end of last season.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It just felt like it was just kind of like, oh, they're here.
Right.
Like, it didn't really have any lead up, you know what I mean?
And then you also discovered that it took 5 days to get there. Okay, so between last summer and this summer, you're only skipping 5 days.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, but if you skipped maybe 3 months, half a year, whatever, it would have allowed you to have some major character development that we would have never seen because it would have been off screen, and then your characters could be so much better, and we could have flashbacks or like people talking about what happened 2 months ago that we didn't get to see, and that would have been so much better. It would have added something. But no. Instead, we got a 5-day time skip.
Yep.
in the span of a fucking year.
With no extra story in between to even tell us what's going on within the characters' lives. Like, it's just very bland, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like if I say any more, I'll just be saying the same thing again.
Yep. I think we've kind of hit that
Rant
line.
over.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, it was okay.
It was a good episode.
I'd give it like 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Not 4 out of 5, but like 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
3.5.
Mhm. So, anything else?
Let me bring up the thing. I don't think so.
Well,
But we are going to try to do some videos from the Comic-Con stuff.
yes. I don't know if there's any Comic-Con stuff for this show.
Probably not. The superheroes ones are going to be tomorrow. I think because Grant Gustin was saying our stuff is Friday, so we're probably going to get all the stuff for that mostly tomorrow. I mean, we got a little bit, but most of it all, the interviews and the panels and all that are going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or today, I should say, because it's 12/16.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll try to get those done momentarily. Yeah.
Probably within the next a week or so at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't give you concrete dates because my dad's having surgery tomorrow, so I don't know when I'm going to be free to do that, let alone watch the Comic-Con panels. So,
yeah. And the Supernatural one is on Sunday, so if I do anything for that, I'll do that myself. But yeah. So, yeah.
So
that's my shirt.
Yeah. So I guess until
next time, keep fighting for what you believe in.